Fitting a bike onto an indoor trainer is really simple when you know how. So in this video, I'm going to quickly run you through the process for both types of trainer. Those like this, where you leave your back wheel in place, and those direct drive trainers where you remove your back wheel from your bike first. Firstly, wheel-on trainers, where effectively the bike is clamped in place in between these two A-frames here and then held securely with your rear wheel skewer. Now, firstly, we need to move the roller that ultimately is going to rest on your back wheel backwards, and that's to give you a little bit of space to actually maneuver the bike into place. So on this case, we've just got a dial that we need to twist. It might be that you physically need to push the roller back against a spring. But either way, once that's there, you can then maneuver the bike into place, locating one side of your quick release into one of the sockets on the trainer, and then clamping the other side down. Now, as you can see, to get the bike to sit securely, you're going to have to adjust the width of the clamps on the trainer itself. And this is generally a trial and error thing, so I know that I need to tighten them up a little bit in order to get my bike held nice and firmly. Now, what you're aiming for is to get the bike held securely in a completely upright position. Now, I wouldn't worry about it so much that I got a spirit level out, but just eyeballing it from the back should tell you. If you are struggling, then I would look at your quick release as possibly the reason for your problem, because some will not sit securely in any trainer, and that's because they might be sort of too flat, and so the clamp can't actually get any purchase under your body weight. It's going to move around, or like in this one that's just come off the bike, you'll see actually that you're clamping instead of onto anything secure, just onto the delicate alloy of the quick release. So if that is you, then I would spend a bit of loose change on a very hefty, traditional style quick release that will actually give the trainer something really solid to clamp onto. If, however, you're using a bike with disc brakes and through axle, therefore, you're going to need a special adapter because there's nothing for the trainer to clamp onto unless you have one. So this is the Wahoo equivalent. As you can see, it replaces your current through axle. It protrudes on the non-drive side, just like a quick release would, but then it extends past the thread on the drive side, and it will fit very neatly into this custom dock that then sits on the trainer. Then get your roller in contact with the rear tyre, and you're nearly ready to roll. One quick tip here is to make sure that your tyre is correctly inflated. Because it's in contact with that roller, it will of course be susceptible to wear, but if you stick a lot of pressure in, it should guard against that. Lastly, before you get riding, just remember that because your back wheel is lifted off the ground, you need to do the same to your front wheel. You can get a dedicated trainer block, or a stack of books will work, and in this case, a friendly brick. Next, let's go over wheel off or direct drive trainers. And firstly, I don't want to state the obvious, but do just double check to make sure you've got the same number of sprockets on the trainer here as you do over on your bike. Put your bike in the smallest cog at the back, then undo the quick release lever, pull the derailleur body back slightly, and then lift the frame clear of your back wheel. Take the bike over to the trainer, hold it with one hand, and with the other loop the chain over the cassette and onto the smallest cog again. Pull the derailleur body back again and place the bike down gently. Give it a little wiggle and just spend an extra 5 seconds making sure that it's sat completely squarely on the quick release, because it is actually quite easy to mistakenly clamp the bike on a bit of an angle, which would not be good for you riding it and definitely wouldn't be good for the bike. Securely fasten the quick release. It should be firm enough that it leaves a little white imprint on the palm of your hand, but not so tight that you're really straining to do it up. If, once again, you have a through axle, this time all you have to do is swap out the axle adapters in the trainer for the through axle correct ones. Now, the advantages of a through axle in this case is that firstly, it's going to be held super securely, but secondly, you can be guaranteed that the bike is going to be sitting straight because you literally can't fit it so it's wonky. Lastly, some direct drive trainers require that you put a block under your front wheel to level the bike. Others, like this Wahoo kicker, don't. Now, the simplest way probably of working out which one you have, if you're in any doubt, is to look at the manufacturer's website and check out any images on there. But if you did happen to have a ruler handy, you could always just make sure that the height of your front axle matched the height of your rear axle. Well, I said it was straightforward. Hopefully you can see that it is now. Please give this video a big thumbs up. And if you would like to watch another one, why not check out one of our real-time training sessions where once your bike is set up, you can then ride along to it and get fit.